In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use a suspending stick bait. For this video, I'm going to use a Bass Pro Shops XP5 lure. If you're wondering what a stick bait will catch, it will catch anything from saugeye, walleye, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, hybrid striped bass, pretty much anything that will eat minnows. And this is a great lure to start off. If you're just starting fishing, this is a great lure to start with. Okay, now I've got the lure tied onto the line. The best pole to use is a medium to medium heavy fishing pole with 10 to 15 pound monofilament line. You can go slightly lower or slightly higher, it doesn't really matter. But first you just cast, obviously. And it really depends on what you're fishing for what kind of action to use. Saugeye, you just want to go nice and slow. They're one of the slowest fish out there. So very slow for saugeye. Largemouth, you can go decently fast. They're faster fish. But then, like, if you get to hybrid striped bass, I mean, they're moving. Those fish, they're really moving. And smallmouth, but smallmouth, you pretty much just have to swim right by them for them to want to bite. And the way to go is usually just pull on it and then let it sit for 2 to 3 seconds usually for saugeye, and then largemouth, probably cut that to about a second, and then hybrids and smallmouth, like, really speed it up because they'll be interested in biting quick. So that's really how you use the action. Now let's talk about where to use this lure. Don't use it in shallow ponds or lakes because it will dive pretty deep. Depends on how big of the lip there is, because the bigger the lip, the farther it'll dive. I would not recommend going in water about 3 feet or lower, but it doesn't really matter how deep that it will go if you're in like a real deep lake. So just don't go in shallow ponds or shallow areas of ponds or where there's like cover, like seaweed. But you do want to obviously be around cover when you're fishing. So stay away from seaweed and that kind of stuff because these things are just magnets to seaweed. Some people do use stick baits this way, just a nice slow retrieve. I don't recommend that just because that's not exactly what suspending stick baits are made to do. I like just doing a nice slow retrieve because suspending stick baits will just slowly sink usually. They usually won't rise at all. But for fish, you just kind of got to try out all different ways. If you've tried for, like, let's say you're fishing for saugeye, like there's just a nice slow retrieve, you might need to go a little faster, or just keep it as slow as you possibly can. But I really recommend for saugeye because I've done a decent amount of saugeye fishing, and I recommend just a nice slow, almost like jig retrieve, like I've been showing you. Just a nice slow, because they will not bite fast usually, unless those rare occasions like fish do have. Overall, this is a very good lure. I don't use them tons. I use big JOSHY swim baits usually. Link in the description on how to use a big JOSHY swim bait. And thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.